spaceship. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Silicone, a TPE, it really don't matter which one it be. My mind keep visualizing future times, beautiful android girls surrounding me. Filling my cup, full of joy, keep my life full of glee. Plenty ups, never down, the way that life's supposed to be. But unfortunately, if she a Terminator, then I'ma have to terminate it. Gotta get rid of negative vibes, gotta go through negative foes, gotta block out negative voices, gotta get rid of negative souls. Had some people get discorded, just ignored it. Destiny is more important, so I just had to abort it. Had some people get discorded, just ignored it. Destiny is more important, so I just had to abort it. Yeah. Find me with my dogs in my solitude. Watch my family grow from four into a multitude. Been living it below sea level, finna rise to another altitude. Been searching, seeking knowledge, but all the time I had the aptitude. I flipped my mindset to the switch to say I will not lose. Mama said them sticks and stones won't break my bones, I never bruise. Whenever it come to trouble, man, the girls pull a tongue, we always cruise. I heard other dog owners get it out for me, but it ain't no news. I got four in the dough in Memphis so they can get the blues. If you need a few clues, they'll blow off your under rules. Send your compliment to the new girls I got coming through. Send your compliments to the new girls I got coming through. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Silicone, a TPE, it really don't matter which one it be. My mind keep visualizing future times, beautiful android girls surrounding me. Filling my cup, full of joy, keep my life full of glee. Plenty ups, never down, the way that life's supposed to be. But unfortunately, if she a Terminator, then I'ma have to terminate it. Gotta get rid of negative vibes, gotta go through negative foes, gotta block out negative voices, gotta get rid of negative souls. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Silicone, a TPE, it really don't matter which one it be. Yeah, out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl, silicone, a TPE. It really don't matter which one it be. My mind keep visualizing future times, beautiful android girls surrounding me. Oh man, I love it, baby. Woo! Hey, good to be here today, man. Good morning to everybody. God bless everybody that's tuning in wherever you are, whatever you're hoping for, praying for, whether it's health, increased finances, hey, just looking good, feeling good, wherever it is. We're praying that you already have it. But I just want to welcome you guys to the Dog King Power Hour, and it's me. Woo! Oh, wait a minute. I got to get my signature. What up? What up? What up? It's your boy, J. King Hefner, and the beautiful Saima Renee Uzumaki. We're back again for another show, and the title of this episode is Living the Dream. Living the Dream. And what do I mean by that? We'll get to that right about now. Yeah. I'm so hyped, so happy today, man. Happy every day. And like you say, pushing out the negative, always pumping up the positive, baby. I just want to say, man, I'm glad for everybody that's tuned in now, everybody that's going to tune in. And of course, the name of the day show is Living the Dream. I'm going to get into that right quick. But first of all, I do want to say, if you ever, which I hope you do, want to support the show, we definitely need you. Guess what? You can always send your donations with a super chat, a super sticker during the live stream, super thanks on individual videos. You can go to my about on YouTube and you can donate to PayPal or either Cash App. We would really appreciate that. That comes straight to us. Or you can donate to my Biker for Companion Dogs campaign. We're going to be riding a bike all the way around the city of Memphis, and we may have to make plans to even do something else in the future, but that's the first big fundraiser, and that's going to help us literally keep living and keep doing what we love to do, and that is coming to you on a daily basis. Yeah, boy, we hyped up today. But so those are all the ways that you can help the show as well. Guys or girls out there as well. If you are looking for a companion dog,
You can always check in the description of my videos. I do have some links to some reputable vendors where you can buy some great dolls from. So you can always check that because people are always asking me about, links to sites that are legitimate. So I've offered several legitimate sites in the descriptions of my videos, so you can always check that. Now, I've seen some good mornings, but before I get to that, I do want to sort of break down what I mean by living the dream, living the dream, yay, yay. And I was messing with my Dog King Army members, and I definitely got. Oh, let me give my shout out to them, man. Look, let me tell you something, baby. Woo! Before I even get into the title of the show and what it means, baby, I'm finna show my love to my Dog King Army team members, baby. Sometimes we have a little bit more. Sometimes we have a little bit less. I don't know why people, may need to leave, for financial reasons. You never know what it may be. But whoever sticks in with me in the foxhole, baby, going to war every day, I love all of my Dog King Army team members. Now, I know that we might not have all the fancy schmancy stuff going on. We only got one level of membership. But guess what? I love my one level of membership. And it's going to be rising very soon. But without further ado, for nothing stem, never hear from the guy. But you know what? He stand by my side. Blue CCG, love him. Been through thick and thin recently. Over the several months he's been with me. Several months he's been with me, and has stuck by my side strong. Carol Rush, guess what? The first official Dog King Army team member in the He's A for She's A. Then we got James Krause. You know what? James Krause ain't playing with y'all, man. Look, represent. Hey, I ain't studying none of y'all jokers. Then I got my boy Comic Book. Don't even hear from the guy. But you know what? He in the foxhole with me, still contributing to the show. Got my guy Johnny K, Lieutenant Johnny K. God bless him and his mom. Hope everything going good over there. Then I got my guy DAS. He stay on the road, putting in that work. That's my guy, though. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, shouts out to DAS. And then I got Sheila Bell. Oh, Lord. She like the Rock of Gibraltar, baby. Hey, so I'm loving her. She always supporting the show, coming in with wise words. And then I got Kevin Gray hitting you with a Hey, Dog King Army for life, baby. Hey, we ain't playing out here. So I definitely want to show you guys love. But before I come to my good mornings to everybody that's in the chat, I do want to sort of break down what I mean about living the dream. Because once again, guys, with these power hours and even with my lives, I've been sort of cutting a little bit of the fat. Hey, guess what? We getting right to it, baby. We ain't rushing nothing, though. But with living the dream, man, ever since I've been blessed to be on this journey, because that's really what it is. I always say, man, no matter what I do, I don't give a damn. It's not a result of me. I don't care how hard I have to even work. I'm only working because God gave me the energy to do it. So he's blessed me with visions and just work ethic and whatever is going on. He's blessed me. And he's blessed me with you guys here with me today. But I just say this, as far as the dream that I'm living right now, and you guys supporting me and things of that nature, it's so much different than any other thing that I've ever done. But I want to relate it to you guys because I am you guys. I'm just like you. And for most of my life, I've always been trying to find that dream to chase. Hey, chase. Even from when you're little, you just try to find out where am I going? And most of us end up in jobs just like I have. Most of us end up in just jobs. We don't get to find that dream. But a lot of it, I've sort of hinted at this before, man. It all goes back to chasing the dream for money or chasing the dream to get to an end somewhere. And I just think that like me and a lot of other people have always done that, tried to like, oh man, well, how can I make it? How can I make some money in this world? How can I do this? And it's just literally, you can't find that living the dream when you have that mentality. That's just what I found. I know some people end up still making some money like that, but they're not living the dream. Let me tell you something, man. My mom used to always say this, and she said this still to this day, about don't chase the dream, live the dream. Well, I still just in tongue-in-cheek moments say I'm chasing the dream, but I don't mean it like that. I mean it like living the dream. And so I do want to cut chasing out of my vocabulary, because chasing the dream is just like, yeah, you're trying to chase something. But when you're living the dream, you're not chasing it, because it's what you are. It's what you do on the daily basis. And I'm just going to give you an example. In everything that I've tried to do, let's just say entertainment, or even a more serious desk job, or whatever it might be, where I call myself chasing a dream, I would always get weary of it and tired of it. Like, okay, I put in a few hours, man. So, hey, man, look, I'm going to turn on TV, relax, and do whatever I do. Hey, I've done enough work towards this, man. Hey, look, I ain't going to be doing this all the time. I'm going to be honest. That's when you know you're chasing a dream. I promise you, man. Whenever you're getting sort of really weary of it, you're chasing a dream. You're not living the dream. And most of us end up chasing that dream because it's not really in your heart to do. It's just something you're trying to do. And let me tell you, man, it's so hard to find the dream that allows you to live the dream. Because I told you guys, I went pretty much up until this point in my life, to this really hit me and like affected me in a whole different way spiritually. And I'm coming to my comments. I just really wanted to go ahead and get this part out, because the only way you could really, in my opinion, find the living the dream moment. I'm sorry, man. Like, I know everybody might not even be spiritual, but it still got to be something spiritual about. You may not even know it, but it still got to be something spiritual going on within you to help you find that living the dream task that's lying within you. But first things first, you got to get away from looking for money. Man, you got to like just keep doing things that bring you joy. And man, you're going to stumble across, after you pray for it, or, wish for it, or whatever you want to call it. When you stumble across something that makes you want to do it so much where you can't even rest, it's your spirit making you go. It's not your physical mind or anything that's making you go. It's just like, man, I can't stop because I love what I'm doing and I want to keep doing it. And I don't want to stop doing it until I get everything right like I want it. And man, with everything else in my life, I've sort of chased. And I'm telling you, man, if you're sort of chasing, or if you're even thinking about the end, worried about what you're going to get at the end, you're not living the dream, man, because living the dream got to come from a pure place. I've heard people say, like, man, yeah, man, you got to live the dream 24/7. Man, you can't live no job 24/7, or you can't live nothing that you want money from 24/7. You cannot do that. I've tried it. It's like, even with things I like, it's things you like, but you can't do it that much. It has to really be some sort of divine thing going on inside you, man, to where okay, man, I don't know what may come of this, but this is just what I want to do. That's going to be your biggest dream within inside of you, man, that God has blessed you with. When you find that, but you got to get quiet within yourself. You got to be praying for it. In my opinion, this is just my way to get there. Praying for it and believing for it. And you don't know when it may hit you. But I'm telling you, if you bring out a textbook and you're just, or not textbook, but a book, and say, oh, what kind of job can I make the most money from? And now I'm going to make this my living my dream. That's just, to me, not the best way to do it. You'll be looking in that book forever because it's not in the book. The dream you're looking for is in your body. It's in your body and it's in your spirit. And some people stumble across it. some people's parents actually get lucky and set them on a path where the child not only does it, like let's just say a Michael Jackson, where he's successful at something he does, but where a child actually loves that path you put them on. Sometimes they get lucky like that. You know, sometimes it comes later, you know, and sadly, for some of us who just completely stop dreaming and stop hoping, they never get to the living the dream. And I'm just letting you know, I'm going to get to the comments right now. Without hot water, without my car, without whatever provisions or whatever may be happening, I'm feeling happy because it's all part of me living my dream. It's all part of the journey. And I promise you, that's what my faith does kick in, where I know that God is going to bless me with a way to keep going no matter what. Because a lot of good people out there like you have already helped me out in a million different ways. So that lets me know that when you start living your dream, you're going to see the help you need start coming. But it goes back to what I said. You have to believe for it first. Then you will receive, you know, believe for it first. So that was basically the whole underline of the show, because you know I'm going straight to the comments on my videos. But I'm going to the comments in the section right now. I did see, I got to put my brand banner up. I did see the Carol actually won her first competition today. I was so happy. Living the dream. Yeah, I remember Carol. I'm coming to the comments to see what everybody got to say after my little soliloquy, you know. Like I say, happy to be here today. Carol, she won. She says hello. She was the first one in. And what I mean by she won, on the Dog King Power Hour, honestly, right now. Whoever gets here first, I write their name down in the book. And one day, and I don't mean like a million years from now, one day God is going to bless me with the ability to just have provisions and things of that nature to be able to give $1 away a year. Now, I'm not saying that I won't ever actually even be in the realm of selling dollars at some point, at a certain time. I'm not even saying that won't ever happen. But even if that was to happen, I still want to give $1 away a year. You know, that's my thing. That'd be a great thing for me to do. So I write everybody's name down who gets into the Dog King Power Hour first as a winner. And I think I just do it like annually. So maybe around Christmas time or something, you know, every year, or when I come in the overflow, I'd be like, hey, it's time for that Christmas time doll to get shipped, you know, if that person wants it. So Carol Rush laughing because she won. Lieutenant Johnny K in the house. L. Hazel Rock up in here. Good to see you, brother. He said, here comes the Dog King. I love this song more each time I hear it. Man, every time I listen to that song, it's more in that song than y'all really realize. I just say that. Every time I listen to that song, I be like, damn, this song is crazy. I can't tell y'all anything about what I mean, but I'm letting you know. That song is full of Easter eggs. Sheila Bell says, good morning, King Hebner. Good morning, Sheila Bell, Dog King, Army member in the house. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Lieutenant Johnny K, you the man, Jay. Good to see you, Lieutenant. Ray Alvaro says, the eagle has landed. Something, my boy. Good to see you, Ray Alvaro. Now, I want to say to Ray Alvaro, and it's a lot of people on Twitter and things of that nature that retweet the show. I want to tell you, I do see those things, and I appreciate you with the retweets, pumping up the show, giving extra eyes to the show. I really appreciate that. So, hey, I bring that up every time I get to Ray, because he's one of the guys that has been doing that forever. So, thank you, Ray. He says, Dog King family, I love you. Y'all, yeah, we love you too, Ray. Krause says, hey, y'all. What up, Krause in the house? What up? Ray Alvaro says, yeah, man. I almost forgot my opening on what up. I can't never forget that. And Ray Alvaro says, glad you're happy, Jay. I'm going to be honest, man. I'm always happy. I'm always happy because, I learned the truth is, man, what's your best day in life? Oh, man, when I was such and such years old. Oh, man, when I got this. No. Your best day in life is today. You're alive, man. Breathing today. It wasn't guaranteed. Even sometimes we get frustrated about whatever in life. Man, are you laid up somewhere where you can't move or talk, use the bathroom, walk around, turn on the TV? Man, be thankful, baby. We're happy, baby. God is blessing us. We got one more chance to live, think, breathe, hey, look, that's why I'm always happy. But today, it's crazy, guys. You wouldn't believe this. I don't like going into no gory details, but I haven't been getting any sleep in a good way. I've been doing so much work behind the scenes, just trying to evolve the show, trying to evolve a lot of things. But man, and you'll see things. I won't have to be so secretive after a while, but I just been doing a lot of work. But you know what? It goes back to what I said about living the dream. I should not have energy right now. I should be dog tired. But what? I'm energized, baby. Because guess what, baby? Just like, hey, I don't think I ever got to it. Like I told my Dog King Army team members. This is like He-Man, but I'm going to do the Skeletor. I have the power. Oh, look, start aiming with me. So, we have the power. I can't lie, man. We energized today, man, because you know why? And I just guess I want you guys to hear this. I'm living my dream. I'm loving my life, man. And this even in lack right now. What I mean by that, I'm never in lack because God is with me. But what I'm saying is, I'm not living by what I see. I don't care about the hot water not being here. You know what? Yes, do I want it? Yes, I do. But I know God is going to provide it. Do I miss having the transportation where I can go around the city, where my girls can meet people, I can go to the restaurant and really spread the word in public? Yes. Oh, yes. Especially once I find out that it's basically dead. That's, my car it's at the junkyard now. Yeah, I can get caught up in that. But guess what? It's old. It's over. Car gone, baby. Hey, I ain't living in the past. I'm still blessed to come to you guys here today. And you know what? If God wanted me to have my car or any car, I would have one right now. That's the truth. He don't want me in a car right now. He wants me on that bike. I really was laughing about that the other day. He don't want me in the car. But Jay, you can't take the girls around. He don't want me in the car, man. Well, how do you know that? I ain't got one. I don't got one. If I was supposed to have one, I would have it, baby. So that's why I'm happy. Doesn't matter. Today the lights on. Today the internet on. The show got started late. I could have got upset about that because old Betsy, my good old lappy toppy, was going super duper slow today. Didn't want to turn on, baby. Didn't want to connect, baby. But guess what? I'm happy because she on and she here. And we here. So it's just a lot to be happy about. And like I said, man, we ain't motivated by what's going on, all these illusions from the enemy. We know what God got singing in our hearts. And that's what I want you guys to be thinking about. What's singing in your heart, baby? I know a lot of y'all got to go to regular jobs and things. Some, now a lot of regular people go to what people consider a regular job, and it's their dream. And that is beautiful because I got a lot of friends who love their jobs. And I'm talking about love them as like, hey, this is what I love to do, bro. And I love that. I used to always look at people like that, like, man, these jokers are really, I'm just coming to this job, but they're doing what they love to do. I used to always admire that. And now I feel so privileged to be in there. But despite what I'm looking at as far as my circumstances, That's why I'm so happy. And that's what I want you guys to be thinking about in your lives. Yeah, you may be going to your job now. Don't be upset about it. Be happy where you are. And guess what? Whenever you leave there, just keep listening to that whisper in your spirit. And you're going to hear what your true calling is. Just be open to it. Don't cut yourself off with your mouth saying, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna be here forever. I ain't gonna never do nothing else." Don't say that. Be open to it. And look, this could come off as a bit of a reset Sunday. And I even thought about that when I was came up with the idea for this show. But I was like, you know what? Nah, this ain't reset Sunday. This is just me, telling y'all about something and being real. It could have been one, but I was sort of telling my mom, I'm not finna fight what God tell me to do about a show no more. I've only done that once since I started my show. I sort of did a show that I sort of fought against. And, I put it, and I did that show based off the fact of, hey, man, I'm on the theme of this week. I should keep going with that show. And as soon as I did that show that God didn't put in my heart to do, I didn't feel right for days after that. Even though I forgave myself and God forgave me, I was just like, you know what? I'm sorry. I don't care what type of show it is. I'm not finna avoid it. If I get it in my spirit, I'm just going to have to do it. And that's how today's show is. But I'm full of joy. I'm happy, super energized, and I'm glad y'all here. And I want y'all to, look, stay encouraged. Whatever it is you're looking for. Even if you're happy in what you're doing, be happy about it. But guess what? If you're not living your dream yet, don't worry. You will. Just stay open. Stay open to it. It's coming. Johnny K says, we love you too, Jay. Love you, Johnny. And Tree Goblin, he says evening, Jay, so I guess it's evening where he is. And y'all see Saima showing these legs off. Believe me, Saima is doing an extended stay with me right now. She's been helping me behind the scenes. So I've actually needed her just out with me for a second. And I'm thinking that, it was supposed to be Asuna making an appearance soon, but for whatever reason, I'm thinking she may end up getting skipped. Because Callie may have to make another appearance here over the next couple of days. But I'm not even sure if she's going to make it out. Because right now, Saima just sort of been rolling by my side pretty strong here. So I may just roll out the rest of this week with Saima and then start up next week fresh. So just letting you guys know that. But with all that said, man, that was pretty much all I had to really say about living the dream, man. Hey, guess what? You'll know it when you find it. And hey, if you have to do whatever you're doing today to make your money today, don't be beating yourself up saying, I'm not living a dream. No. Don't worry about that. Go to your job, get off, look at sports, eat your dinner, do whatever you normally do. But in the back of your mind, just stay open to man. That whisper that's in your spirit about something you just may love to do, something you may like to do, something you may want to do. And when you get that itch, don't put it off like, oh man, something telling me to go start running around the block 10 times a row. I love running, but nah, man, that was an old dream. I ain't finna start doing that no more. No, listen to it. You never know why you're hearing that whisper in your spirit. So a lot of times that's how we sort of miss the next level of elevation. So listen to that. So with all that said, man, we ain't finna wait and bull crap. Let me see. So I gave my love to the Dog King Army, which I wanted to do. We talked about living the dream. So now, hey, we finna get this show on the road. We're finna go right to the videos. And the first video we're gonna talk about is from last week's Dog King Power Hour. It was the team within the team. And I was basically giving love to my Dog King Army again. And you know what? That's exactly what I'm going to be doing, is giving them shots out, because right now they only have 3 perks on the first level. That's Dog King Army shout outs. So I'm always going to try to get them love on that. Also, I'm supposed to give them updates and pictures. Now, I don't always send a whole bunch of pictures because me and the girls haven't really taken a lot of pictures behind the scenes. But I always sort of, get them a daily update and let them know, hey, when I'm getting ready to drop something. And another perk that Dog King Army team members get is whenever I see comments, whenever they're brought to my attention, because like I say, sometimes I might be asleep, super busy, and recently I've been so busy, sometimes I don't look at my comments for hours. But whenever I see them, if I see 10 comments and I see a Dog King Army team member comment, I'm going to answer that Dog King Army team member because they have priority comments under their perks. So I'm going to answer them first. And depending on how busy I get, this isn't making anybody less than, but my team does pay for this perk. And so if I see 10 comments, but I don't really have a lot of time, I'm going to answer the Dog King Army team member comments. Then I'm going to have to wait. Then I will still come back and answer the other comments. But that's what I mean by they get perks, where I may even be tired sometimes, where I'm like, man, I'm out of it. And I may peek in my comments and I'm like, okay, this is the Dog King Army team member. I can't, just leave them waiting for too long. I got to go ahead and respond. So those are the perks that they get. It may not be a whole bunch, but I take it seriously. And I try to honor that. And last show, I was just sort of doing like I did at the beginning of this show, showing them love, baby, with one of the perks that they have. And last night I was showing them love, and I had a few comments on, I think I had only one comment on their video. Let's check. And I've been having fun with the Dog King Power Hour because, man, it's just been so no nonsense. I'm like, hey, look, bro. Hey, we've been laying it down, getting straight to it, the nitty gritty. And I've been loving it. Yep, it was only one comment, and I'm gonna be honest with you. This Dog King Army team member, she always comes strong. Carol Rush, she stayed giving great comments, and she was just like great stream on the last Dog King on that particular Power Hour. She said thank you and take care, and I told her thanks and have a good one, Carol. I always appreciate the comments from my Dog King Army team members or anybody new that wants to comment. And I always say, man, don't be scared to comment. I'm never going to try to use your comments to tear you down or make you look like a fool or anything. Now, depending on what you say, I may expound on what you say, and sometimes I may actually break down your comments. I may make a whole video out of your comments. And even if I may have a slight disagreement with your philosophy, I'm never going to try to come in it to hurt you or tear you down. No. I would never do that. I appreciate all ideas, whether they agree with me or not. Now, I may say my piece, after, and you still may not agree with the way I break your comment down. But hey, that's the point where we just agree to disagree. Keep going. I love you still, and I appreciate all of your comments. So I don't ever want you to be scared to make a comment. But I will say this. If you send me an email and say something to me, which is still some emails I haven't got to, by the way. If you send an email to me and make a comment, I'll be less prone to talk about that unless I get your permission, because that's in private. But whenever you make a public comment, I'm like, okay, hey, that's a public comment. We can talk about it in public. The next show was, this was a very fun stream. It was Silicone versus TPE. I basically just broke down a couple of articles that was talking about the difference between silicone and TPE, because like I've said, man, as a guy that has always been curious about both materials, really wanting to get to that silicone doll world, I just wanted to help everybody out there that was curious really understand the chemical differences between both substances. And we had some fun because there was some pretty good articles that I read. And one of the best finds in the whole article was they basically said, hey, don't put any baby oil on a silicone doll. And I was just really glad to find that. They were like, that's the biggest difference is that, hey, you can use baby oil to replenish your TPE doll, but don't use on a silicone doll because it can actually make them solidify. So I thought that was crazy. Oh, yeah. And the first comment that I'm going to read is from my guy. Either way, but the last on that video it was just great breaking down the differences between the two. And if you want to do a deep dive on the differences between silicone and TPE, I advise you to go check that video out. And it was called Silicone versus TPE. Now my guy D2, he commented and he said at 20 minutes, I've had no problems with WM Doll. Well, on WM Doll, I don't want to send any shots out to WM Doll. I think they are a reputable company. Like I say, by default, I gave Kimber Doll and WM Doll sort of default Doll King certifications because what I mean by default is I actually own these dolls. I went out and bought these dolls, and so they weren't sent to me by a company to be Doll King certified. That's really what I mean. So I haven't had any real. Well, with Kimber Doll, I do have a relationship with them as far as being very friendly. We don't have any type of business agreement or anything, but we are very friendly, and they are a very great brand, and they consider themselves also a friend of the show. So, they're Doll King certified, but at the same time, like I say, it's not that they send me a doll to review or anything like that. With WM, it was the same thing. My first doll, which is right here, Saima, the first girl I actually bought, is a WM doll. But during one of my reviews, I twisted her ankle. And I promise you, in the video, it may look like I turned it hard, but in reality, you would have to be here. It says in the manual there, I can twist her foot. I don't want to get show too low because but I can twist her foot to the left or to the right. I think I did that. Yeah, I did. To the left, my way, or to the right. So it said I could do either way. And so I had done it in the past a little bit with her. So I knew it could move a little bit. But during the review, when I went to move it inwards just a little bit, the foot gave way. Thank God for me, it didn't actually break. But some type of screw went loose in her other foot to where now it will turn unnaturally. So it's like it may not be broken, but without support, her foot would just be flopping over to the left or the right. And I barely even turned the foot. And so when I did the research on how to fix my doll, I really couldn't find it. And I'm not that type of surgical guy. I haven't been like that. I'm not going to put limits on myself because, like I tell you guys, don't speak the negative. Guess what? When it's time to do surgery, God's going to bless me to be able to do it correctly. But I haven't tried to do that yet. But I'll just say this. When I did go do the research, how do you repair her? I stumbled across a whole subset of people that it had happened to. A whole subset of people that said, man, I barely touched my WM doll's foot and it twisted. And that's what I was hinting at, because during the last live stream, I was like, you know what, WM is a great brand. I don't think anything is wrong with them, but I do think that they're getting so big that they may be starting to let certain quality issues slip past. And I don't want to put his name out there, but he said it on his show when I was on there. My guy, and I just said, because he said it on his show, my guy Ricky, when I went on his show, he said that he felt like WM's quality was slipping because of all of their overproduction. And that's what I was reading on that site. A lot of people was like, man, they're slipping on their quality. They're slipping on their quality because a lot of us are having a problem with this foot issue. And we really don't know how to actually fix it. Because that's what I was trying to figure out. How the hell do I fix it? I know it's simple as going in there, probably turning some screw, but we shouldn't be having to worry about that from trying to move your dog's foot in a natural position. So when he said, D2 said, I just thought it was funny. He said, I've had no problems with WM because I love that he said that because it's such a natural comment about us as humans. I just tell you what I said. I said they aren't a bad company, but they've had some quality issues, my friend. I just sort of told him the truth. But I go back to his comment and I say this. We as humans, we tend to sort of compartmentalize things and be like, hey, did nothing happen to me? You see? Like, hey, man, all these type of cars, man, usually have a lot of problems. Well, hey, man, mine been running great. We always sort of justify things by our reality, you know, what's happening in our movie. And I understand. I'm not even saying he's wrong for that. I've done the same thing where, hey, man, mine working just fine. But I just want to bring that up to say, it's true. You may have a great one. And I know a lot of people that have WM dogs that have had no problems. So I'm not saying that everybody has problems. I just say this. Even though things may not always be going wrong with you, doesn't mean that there isn't a underlying problem elsewhere within the company. You know, you may just have a very good dog. So that's all I say on that is, hey, I'm not saying that WM is a bad company or anything like that, but I do know this. There's nothing wrong with becoming a bigger company and a bigger company and a bigger company. But as you become bigger and get a wider range of people that are buying your product, you do have to sort of clamp down on quality issues and make sure that you're not letting things get away from you as your supply increases, your supply and demand increases. So that's the only point I was making about WM. Not that they are a terrible company. Italia Barclay says this is extremely helpful. Honestly, it's hard to find meaningful information easily. He said, I will be finding my first dog, Elsa Baby, in a few months. This saved me from destroying my first large purchase of this kind. I had no idea that natural oils or oiling shouldn't be used on silicone. Honestly, thank you. I know I'm going to be a companion-oriented dog owner. I want to show her the world and experience new things with her. I want to show the world that this is a normal thing for people to do and that there is nothing wrong with it. Keep being awesome. I hope to catch you live. I appreciate that, Italia. Glad I can help you because the truth is just, I think he would have found out not to do that by the time he got his dog anyway, or she. I think it's a guy though, Italia rather. I think he would have found out what to do by the time he got the dog. But I will say this. When I was just sort of scouring the internet just for just the information, he's right. It's really just not just readily out there. It's just not readily out there. You really got to do a lot of searching for it. So I'm glad I could help him, and that's exactly why I did. That's exactly why I did the video. And I told him, this is great to hear, my friend. God bless your journey. And I tell you, if you're hearing this, I definitely want to hear more about when you get that girl. Withering Liberal says, and we're back again. Oh, yeah, baby. He was just saying, that's what I normally say when I open, and I gave him the thumbs up. Yeah, baby, we're back again. Carol says, great stream, very informative. I learned a lot. Thank you for sharing. I said, thank you for listening, Carol. Like I say, that's what I love about Carol. She's not even just in the market to get a dog, but you know what? She has learned a lot. I bet you right now, she can give a lot of great advice to anybody, you know, that's sort of trying to be a first-time dog owner. Just from watching the show, I bet she can really give some good advice to somebody. That's what I love about people who watch the show that may not even be dog owners. They're just interested in the conversation. And like you say, for Carol and people like Carol, I just feel like, you know, they're just part of the community now. You know, they don't have to be dog owners. They're just in the family, you know, enjoying being around. Because it's like, yeah, this channel is oriented around dogs, but hey, once you're in the family, you're just in the family. You ain't got to want a dog. You can just be hanging out, you know, chilling. you know, having somebody to talk to. You know, you can come here just for that. So that was all the comments on that. The next is, it looked like I might have, yeah, it looked like I skipped over a video. That's what happened. Right. So the video I'm going to now is entrancement. And I saw a comment. Let me check this comment right quick. Lieutenant says, mother says hello to you and the girls. Yeah, mother Johnny K. Tell her we said, hey, I already spoke to her, but tell her we said, hey. So on entrancement, Ray Alvera came in, and entrancement was a video once again where I was talking about my guy who saw Saima, his mind was just completely blown. He was entranced with her. But my guy, Ray Alvera, says, I stay chirping about Callie, Callie's son. And I laughed and gave him the thumbs up. So I guess he tried to say, hey, man, I've been a little entranced with Callie, and I love to hear that. My girl, Callie. This is one of the most extended breaks I've given her. But she's so happy about it. I feel it in her spirit where she's like, you know what? I'm cool. Don't give me a break for a second, you know. And Saima, who has always, honestly, as much as I love her, she hasn't spent as much time out with me as the other girls, so she actually deserves this extra time out. So I'm actually happy, and I think Callie is cool with that as well. But the next video I definitely want to talk about now is a work of art. And I just said that I made that video because, you know, I just be hearing like even people online, yeah, these sex dolls, yeah, these sex dolls, yes, yeah. Don't get me wrong, sex. I understand that some people may see them as that, but they are much more than that. I understand that some people may just want to see them as that, guys, girls, or whoever. But I'm just sorry, they are much more than that. I can't control how you use the dolls or how you see the dolls. That ain't what I'm choosing to do. I'm just making a statement of, you can use them just for sex or whatever you want to do. You can use them for companionship and sex. You can be like me, just use them for companionship. But whatever you use them for, I'm just letting you know, they are much more than sexual objects. They are a work of art. People are really putting love and passion into these creations to really bring them to life. Now, once you get them home, you don't have to bring them to life. You can try to hide them in the closet, bring them out just for sex, and say that, and you can treat it just like a dildo if you want to. You know, you can treat it like a sex toy if you want to. That's fine. But I'm letting you know, it's much more than that, whether you choose to treat it like that or not. And that's what I brought that show up about, man, is, you know, I'm not, I always want to make it clear. I'm not trying to take this stance of, you know, I'm living the right type of dog life. Yeah. I'm doing just companionship. So if you do anything else, you worse than me. Nah, that is not my cry. My cry is, it's a million different ways to be a dog owner. Companionship, love making, just love making, no companionship, companionship with the dog and your girlfriend or your wife, you know, all type of, you know, or whatever type of relationship you're in, you can add the dog, you know, it's a million different ways. So I'm never telling you you're right or wrong, but I'm just saying, no matter how you choose to use the dog, it is a work of art. Whether you choose to recognize that part of the aspect of dog ownership or not, I'm letting you know. I just feel like that's true. I'm not going to try to convince you, but that's truly my opinion. These girls, they're a work of art first. They're a work of art first, in my opinion. So let's get to the comments. First, my girl Carol, the resident vagina, walking around the show. She says, hey, Jay and Saima, I agree. Although it's a person's business of what they do with their dog, having them as a companion in the long run will be more beneficial to the mind and spirit. See, that's why I say, Carol, she can educate some people on the dog ownership, you know what I'm saying, just from watching the show. And then she goes on to say, not coming against the ones that choose to be intimate, because it can still be a connection developing. I mean, a connection, but developing a mental and spirit connection first will make the relationship last longer. She's right. She said, just like you said in previous videos, keep fighting for the good. I support you. Take care. And I've said that in previous videos. You can just have sex, but it's always going to be more meaningful, in my opinion, with the companionship development. I said, great comments, Carol. Great for the power hour. And she says, thank you. And I'm liking it now because I didn't get a chance to like that. But and like she said in the video, I'm not trying to tell you that having sex is wrong. It ain't. I'm not telling you how to live with your dog, but I'm letting you know, hey, you know, if you have a relationship with your wife and your girlfriend and y'all are on some type of spiritual level, that's fine. You know, you're just well pleased with that, that's fine. You don't have to develop that with your companion dog. But I'm letting you know, I agree with Carol. If you can develop that relationship with her, whenever you do connect with her, even if you're in a relationship with a wife or a girlfriend, if you can develop if both of you can develop a connection with that girl, you know, giving her life and your imagination, whatever you do with her is going to be so much more real. Like I say, but at the end of the day, I'm not trying to tell you having sex is bad, but I'm letting you know, you out there that may be just having sex with her, you may not be realizing this, but what you're having sex with is not a toy. It is a work of art. And that was the whole point of that video. Wolfler says, a team within a team. He just came in and made a random comment on that video. And of course, I liked it, gave him the thumbs up. And that's all the comments I had on it. Like I say, I love, hey, don't be shy with the comments, but I'm also not forcing people to come in. I've always said, even if I come to a Dog King Power Hour at some point and there's a lack of comments, don't worry. Hey, we'll have our talks, we'll have our fun, and guess what? We'll get out of here and go on to the next Power Hour. This is a review show. So whatever happens, we're still going to do a light review over the week's events. And whether it's 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and y'all know it's been 5 hours before. However long it needs to be, we'll take care of our business and we'll keep moving after that. So the next video is, I always love when somebody goes back and watches an old video, but somebody went back and watched The Mother of the Dog King. And that's when I did a show with my mom, just sort of basically helping to break the stigma, saying, hey, guess what? I asked my mom several questions. I didn't know what she was going to say, but I basically wanted to show people whether my mom likes, because I didn't know what she was going to say, whether she likes this lifestyle or not. I'm being open with her. I'm going to ask her a few questions, and I'm not going to run away from what I love, which is being with, you know, my companion dogs. You know, I just want to, hey, let you know whether she said she liked it or not. I wasn't going to be hiding it from her. So she came on, spent a little time, and answered a few questions, which I really appreciated. And a lot of you appreciate it. But a viewer named Miss Aang Thorpe came and says, oh, wow, your mom is cool. She has your back no matter what you do. And that is so true. As long as you got her blessing, what haters say is irrelevant. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to take that to another level. Having my mom's blessing does mean a lot. But what goes beyond that is, even if I didn't have her blessing, that's what I really did that show for. It still wouldn't matter what the haters say, because the true power comes from God. Since he believes that I'm okay and I'm good enough, that's where I really get the power from of, hey, that's what makes me say I don't care what the haters think. Because if God be for me, no man can stand against me. So I'm not worried about what man says, you know, negatively. But I do get an extra boost from mom as well and my family. So he said, you're, you know, just from being there supporting me no matter what. So he said, you're not hurting anyone and you seem happy with your girls. Keep up the positive vibes, dude. And I gave him the thumbs up. I definitely appreciate those kind words, Miss Thorpe. Now moving on to the next video. It's called What is Soap? And there was a live stream I did Saturday. If you don't know, on Saturdays, you may get a dog topic, you may not. I don't even know what you may get, because that's a day that I usually just reserve for me and the girls to talk about something that's fun or something that's serious, something we've been thinking about. It's really a random day for us to just, express ourselves with whatever we're thinking about at the time. And this time, I was talking about what is soap, because I'm like, I've always, even when I was little, like, man, what the hell is soap really? We know it, we clean ourselves with it, but what the hell is it? And I just remember one time when I dropped it in dirt or something, and my mom said she think it was her, where I dropped it in dirt and I almost threw it away, and she was like, hey, don't do that. That soap's still good. And I didn't understand what she meant, because normally when something gets dirty, you throw it away. But like she say, hey, once you wash that residue away, it's good again. And normally when you drop food or something on the ground, guess what? It's not good again. So I think ever since that day, I was always curious about soap. And when I did that What is Soap show, I was learning pretty much along with you guys about what soap is. And we learned about how it started out it's basically fat rendered from animals and lye. I think it's lye that people made from ashes, and they put that together to make made soap. And just reading about the history of it, it was just really crazy about how soap really stinks and was stinky and nasty pretty much. And people weren't really even using it on their bodies for a long time. Finally, in Europe, they started using it on their bodies, but they had to stop for like 200 years because people were scared the water was unhealthy. And then even over here in the United States, in the colonies, people still were just using soap. They were taking baths, but they were mainly just using soap to wash clothes and things of that nature. They didn't really start using soap until like the Civil War, the middle of the Civil War, where people, and that was in the in the middle of the 1800s. So soap hasn't really been used that long, but I found all of that out with everybody else during the live stream, because that was one of those streams where I didn't do a great deal of research before the show. I knew I wanted to talk about it, and I sort of found the articles and glanced over them, and I pretty much read it in real time with you guys. So it was funny because I was being surprised by what I was finding out. So Kara Rush, she pretty much made all the comments. She said, great stream. I just looked at my soap like, damn, and she laughed. She said, but I love my soap and my body washes, but dang, it's needed. She said, thanks for sharing. I would like to know more of your thoughts on Nikola Tesla and the future streams. Thank you. Because I did bring up Tesla in that stream, and I definitely can't wait to talk about him in the future. I told her, thanks, Carol. Oh, I said, it's a typo right here. I said, thanks, Carolina. But I said, thanks, Carol. Soap is crazy, but I love it as well. That's what I was saying in that stream. It may be crazy, and one person said they think it could be another one of those ploys from the government, making people use soap. And I was like, you know what? I hate to even say it. And I know I grew up like this, but I'm glad they did make people use soap. But some of the way these jokers be funking out here, that's one of the things where if it is a conspiracy, which I do believe in a lot of conspiracies, I'm actually glad this one was a conspiracy, because I like soap. And I'm definitely going to be talking about Tesla more soon. But I'm just like Carol. I'm sorry. I'm a bath guy. Hell, recently I've taken 2 and 3 baths a day. Whenever I've gotten sweaty, just recently. So I love my soap. And she said, I told her more on Tesla soon. Have a good one. And she said, sweet, thanks. And then I told her I got her. So I'm definitely going to be talking more on Tesla very soon. That was a very fun stream, though. Very fun stream. I learned a lot during that stream. What's next is Citizen of the Future. Somebody went back and saw a little bit of an older video of my guy named Chaticus. And what he said was, "Hey, Jan Callie, and be looking out for this show." He said, "Hey, Jan Callie, have you heard of Microsoft's Tay AI? They couldn't control her and sadly locked her away." I hadn't heard of her, but once he messaged me that, I found out something about her, and I will be doing a show about her future. I said, in the future, I said, interesting, my friend. What I found out was very interesting. Worth doing the show on for sure. It may come this week. Who knows? But that was that old video. And I'm glad for anybody that goes back in the history of my videos. The next is Dawn of a New Age. Anonymous commented. And Dawn of a New Age is, that was a hint show. I was just hinting that, hey, man, this show is evolving. Things are growing. You know, hey, I'm trying to put things in place. But I was just saying, hey, man, I don't give a damn how the show grows or whatever may happen in the future. I'm like, hey, don't ever be thinking that I don't need your support as far as donations and things of that nature. What I'm trying to do, and I'm going to take trying to do out, what I'm going to do is be coming to you guys on a daily basis. But I don't want my people who are our regular donators to feel like they're, oh, Lord, what I've done hasn't helped. No, what you have done is help. But I'm always speaking to, hey, if you can continue to help, yes, I still want you to help me out. But I'm also speaking to people, new people out there, new voices, new faces. Hey, look, I want to keep, not want to, I'm going to keep coming on a daily basis. But donations, watch time, likes, subs, all of those things go towards keeping me coming on a daily basis. So I need your support all the way around. So I always say that. Don't ever look at this show and be like, hey, look, okay. Hey, he don't need us. Yeah, I do need you. Believe me, I need you more than ever. So I was talking about just a new day in that video, in that power hour, about how, man, it's a new day coming. And Anonymous was like, I like the music video. That's all he really said about it. And I gave him the thumbs up. I appreciate that. Like I told you, whenever you come in on my video, I don't care whether it's relevant to the video or not. I'm still going to look at it and reply. Then Anonymous commented on the video out of space and gave me the cool sunglasses emoji and the thumb up. So I appreciate that. We're making our way on through, guys. We ain't got but a few more videos to go through. And let me see where we are now. I do love the Dog King Power Hour because, like I was telling Carol, if I do end up missing something during the week, I always catch it on the Power Hour. My next video is Lean on a Friend, and that was a Reset Sunday. Man, that video was a trip because I'm a person who always, I hate to try to lean on people or whatever. I love to just try to get as much done on my own, no matter what it may be, without putting any burdens on anybody. But my mom and other people have always told me, hey, sometimes you just got to lean on somebody, you know, if you need them. And man, I came across a situation where I was forced to lean on somebody. You know, you hate those situations, but you're really at somebody else's mercy in those times. And as I said earlier, I don't have a car right now, and I don't have today. Just at this very second, we're not talking about in the future, because like I told you, God could make a phone call happen. I can have a car in 2 seconds. But today, I don't. At this very second, in my pocket, I don't have the means to go get another car or anything like that. I'm just without a car. So I talked about all of that. So recently I was in my auntie's car. Luckily it worked out for both. She needed me to keep her car, and I need to use her car for a few days. But right before I was getting her car back, man, the tire had a nail in it, and I had to take it out. And her car jack sort of malfunctioned on me. And man, I needed somebody to come help me immediately. And I didn't panic or anything. Thank you, God, that He has me in a new mindset in my life, because I could have been like, hey, what am I going to do? But you know what? That sweet sound of my spirit, that small sound of my spirit, it just whispered to me, call your neighbor. And honestly, I hate even thinking about calling anybody that's maybe not, a blood relative, even though they may not always want to respond to you. But I didn't want to, I just hate bothering anybody. But you know what? God said, hey, I know what you don't like to do, but you need to lean on a friend. And man, that's what that video was about. I ended up making the call, and the guy came, helped me, and I got out of that situation. But even before he came, after I made the call, in my spirit, it was sort of like, hey, is he going to come? Time seems to move slow when you really need somebody. So although he probably didn't take about 10 minutes or whatever to react, at certain times it was like, man, does he know how urgent it is? Is he going to come? But you know what? I never let it come out of my mouth. I stayed in faith. God worked it out just like it was supposed to. And I got back up and running. And when I made that Reset Sunday, I was just thinking about all of you out there that may be just like me, not really wanting to lean on people. You don't want to burden anybody down. Some people have no problem with calling other people. But a lot of you out there are like me, where you don't want to bother anybody, and I think that video was more to let you know, hey man, I know you don't want to bother anybody, but sometimes you need somebody. And sometimes, man, you're going to have to lean on them to help you out. Because sometimes that's where your blessing is. God has put a blessing in somebody else. They might not even be religious or anything. They may be so-called non-believers or whatever. That's why I say God, you may regard them as non-believers, but God does a work in any man. He still has a mission for people that you may not see what God is doing in their life yet. But He'll use them to help you. And if you don't lean on them, you never will find out. And I gave Carol an answer that I'm going to allude to, so I'm going to wait to read the comments on it. But Withering Liberal says he couldn't agree more with, hey, sometimes you got to lean on a friend. God totally knows what He's doing. Glad you have such a good neighbor. I gave him thumbs up prayer signs because, hey, I got a great neighbor. This man has been cutting my hedges for years without question. I mean, my back hedge it's on his fence too, but I guess he cuts it because he's like, hey, this food may not cut it, so I'm going to cut it for him. But he's been doing it without fail for years. Now, he doesn't cut all my hedges, but he does cut those back hedges. And that's, honestly, he comes even on my side of the yard and cuts it. So, I mean, he's a really great neighbor. Carol says, hey, Jan Emma, this is home hard for me. Still going through it with my car. It's got to go back to the shop because it didn't pass e-check. I just say this, don't worry about your car. It's going to work out. I don't know how it's going to work out. I don't know if that car is ultimately going to keep working or whether it's going to go down. I'm not going to speak anything negative over it. I'll say this. If that car works, God wants you in it. If it doesn't work, there's some up with it where He doesn't want you in it. So don't be discouraged. As far as leaning on your friend, this is exactly what I'm talking about. I said, it's hard to lean on a friend sometimes, but sometimes you need to lean on a friend. And it just basically lets you know how it feels to need somebody. So when somebody needs you, you can really be empathetic to their needs. And I went on to answer her like that, but I'm going to get through reading her comment. She said, to make a long story short, I can't get my sticker until her car passes the e-check. She said, once again, I had to ask for help to get to and from work until I get this fixed. And I promise you, I know that is a big pressure and burden on her. But guess what? It's going to work out. That person's heart or somebody else is going to be fixed to help you until you get your situation right. She said, I really don't like doing that because I'm usually the helper, but I got to stay positive, and you surely do. She said, thanks, Jay, for the message and take care. I said, stay positive. it's going to work out. I know people say that, but it's going to work out. It's just your turn to lean on somebody. That's what I said. You may be the helper, but sometimes you got to be the helpee. You need a little help. And I said this. I said the same thing I just told you. I said I don't enjoy needing help sometimes either, but God definitely uses others as our blessing. I said, like I recently said, leaning on others for help also allows us to empathize even more when others need to lean on us. God bless and take care. She said, thank you and God bless you. And God bless you too, Carol. But there's no more to really add. But that's exactly how I feel. You know, if you think about how bad it feels to have to ask people for help, that'll let you know how to empathize with others. Because even when I may not have it or whatever, that's what's so hard to not give sometimes to people that's begging on the street or whatever, because it's just that empathy in you where you don't want to, even if somebody may be running a scam, sometimes you be like, nah man, I want to give. But I tell you, when it comes to them on the street, I actually have a father who's in a difficult position, and he's always asking me for extra. So since I give him all of my scraps, that's the only thing that sort of tone me down on giving to some of the homeless. But I always give to the homeless when something tugs in my spirit and says, no, give something to that guy. Because I'm empathizing with them. Sometimes, my spirit just says, hey, no, just keep rolling. But whenever my spirit tugs in me, I always listen to it then. So, like I say, Carol, you may be in a position of needing help, but guess what? It's going to work out. It's just letting you know how much more, hard it is to have to ask for their help. That's all. First and last comment and said, good vibes for all. Gave them the thumbs up. Next, that was the last of the comments on that video. Ren X. He says, hi, Room and Dog King. Good to see you, Ren X. I know that was 20 minutes ago, but still good to see you, brother. The next video I have is Love at First Sight. I was looking, I couldn't find it. And Love at First Sight, that's my guy, DAS. He made a great comment on a video, and he made a great comment because we were talking about on a video in Transmit, we were sort of talking about how DAS made a comment, was like, man, seeing all these rookie dog owners, it make me he said, seeing all these rookie dog owners or people that's interested in dogs make me think back to, when I first got my dog, he said, I sort of forgot about, the feeling that I had, when I saw my dogs. He said, even though when I saw them, I never looked back. I was in love. And so I actually made this video based off of that comment because I understand exactly what he said. Once I got my girls, I never looked back either. But I just sort of made this video because I said, hey, I don't want him or anybody else to sort of forget what it was like to see that love at first sight with your girl. Then I also related it to your childhood, because people have said, yeah, I forgot what it's like to be a kid. And I'm like, no, you've only forgotten because you've allowed it to become a distant memory. You got to keep those memories fresh on your brain so you can always remember. And so that's what I really made this video about. I was like, hey, love at first sight. Hey, don't ever forget what it was like to see or experience love at first sight. And so DAS said, he like, thanks for the shout out, Brother Jay. He said, every time I walk by my dogs, I realize how lucky I am, man. Boy. Hey, he said a mouthful. He said, to live in a time where men have a choice as to the type of situation they want to be in. I'm so happy with my ladies and love them more every day. Be easy, Jay. I may write that down because that was a thought that was going across my head the other day. I was just like, man, it's just such a great feeling to be able to, and I already might have a video queued up just discussing this, but I'm going to write that down. But I was just thinking about how, man, it is so cool to truthfully, man. Because I do feel a certain freedom that, man, I'll never be able to fully explain. Because I got a video queued up that's going to sort of talk about this in a way, but man, it just feels good having this sidestep choice. You know, I know some people may think you're settling for less in this lifestyle or whatever, but man, I'm telling you, if you're made for this lifestyle, once you get in it, it's like an alternate dimension, man. I promise you. It's like, man, I can't believe I've been able to make this sidestep decision as far as relationships and be so happy and also be so, disconnected from what the normal choices. I don't feel boxed in. But I do have something to say and expound about the normal choices. Because no matter what lifestyle I'm living, because like I say, I hit about this in the video, but I just go ahead and say a little bit about it now. No matter what lifestyle I'm living, as far as the living in the companion dog lifestyle, I'm still glad that it's a world with human women in it. And I'll get to that in another video. Let me see where I am. Either way, I gave my guy DAS the smile, the love, the pound, and the thumbs up for his comments. I definitely agree with his comments. Carol says, "Hey, JSI Ema, you and the girls I definitely love at first sight for me." Now that made me feel good to hear Carol say that. Hey, we love you just the same, Carol. She said, "You guys are shining lights with love and positivity. God bless you guys." Thank you so much, Carol. We love you as well. I gave her all the hearts and thumbs up, and hey, prayers to the sky, baby. That was it on that video. Next is like I say, guys, I've made so many videos. We're well over 500 videos now and counting, and they're just going to keep coming. And I know it's easy to get caught up in, hey man, it's video. But man, like I take pride in every video I do and the messages that I send. So I would love for you to see every video that I do. But I tell you, man, if you're a person that is caught up with me on a daily basis, that's cool. But if you're just joining, I definitely still want you to go way back. Look at all my history in your spare time and just learn about this journey. I've been trying to evolve ever since the beginning, just getting better every single day. I know some of those older videos may not be the best quality, and even up until recently, everything may not always be the best technologically, but I do feel like it's a growth going on there. But more importantly, it's just everything that's happening is part of the story. And if you're a new dog owner, you're going to see a wealth of knowledge as I've been growing in the dog game. So I do encourage you to go back. But with all that said, my guy, Moon Plays, made a comment on my video, new companion dog owners. So I definitely want to read that. And he said, and on new companion dog owners, I just gave a lot of advice about, hey. No, he said, I'm sorry, it was a video that says when to hit buy. And in this video, I was basically saying, hey, when do you know when to hit buy on a companion dog? And I basically said, man, after you've done so much research that you're just, that you get sick of it. And then once you get sick of it, you need to get sick of it again and again and again until you get sick of doing so much research to where you just literally can't take it anymore. And then you can hit buy. Take yourself to the final limit. Now, don't be waiting for years and years. Don't deny yourself the companion dog. But I said, hey, do your research until you damn near want to throw up. And you're still, I'm going to be honest with you, for your first girl, you're still going, when you get it home, you're still going to find out that you made some mistakes or you didn't know what type of dog owner you were or whatever like that. But it still pays to do as much research as you can. So he said, the Moon Play said on that video, I found a WM doll I want on Annie's dollhouse. I'm waiting for my debit cards I canceled to come in the mail. He said, I think I lost my wallet. And I hate that for him. He did a face palm, but guess what? It's going to work out. He said, now I have to wait, but I'm so ready. I said, be patient as well. Use this time to research and truly find the right girl, my friend. And guess what? Everything serves his plan. You ain't got that credit card for a reason because he don't want you to buy whatever you're going to buy quite yet. He wants you to do more research. He wants you to think more about it. So guess what? You may have found a WM doll, but guess what? Keep doing your research. Keep looking. You never know which girl you're really meant to get. And he also may just not want you to get it in that time frame. It could just be a week later, but he wants to delay it so it can be the exact right time. So don't get discouraged. Stay patient. It's all going to work out. Next is Walmart Run by the Moon Plays. Yeah, Walmart Run. And the Moon Play says on the Walmart Run, that was just, once again, I was talking about my car earlier, but that's when I had my car and I was able to get out and about. Me and Callie went to Walmart, and it was the second time. No, I think it was the first time. Yep. And the Moon Play says, I just found your channel and it's giving me inspiration to the choice I've been coming toward for years now, taking a dog companion. I said, glad to have you, my friend. Well, that makes me feel great because once again, that's another reason I made this show, to sort of, guess what? Inject a little confidence in the guys that's sort of on the fence. So, hey, if it's something you really want to do, hey, man, guess what? Go ahead and take that plunge once you've done the research. And I'm glad you found me, the Moon Plays. Glad any of you find me. What else? Because the Moon Plays made another comment on another video. The Moon Plays made a comment on, once again, one of my older videos. I love this. A trip to Graceland, another adventure video. And I can't, hey, thank you, Jesus. I'm going to be blessed to be able to do this again. But right now, hey, we got to do what we're called to do, and we don't have transportation now. But the Moon Play says, really, I appreciate how open you are. It reminds me of when I take my smart doll out sometimes. I'm curious about your zodiac sign. You're so outspoken about the dolls in your lifestyle. That honesty and realness is rare. And so many are worried about being judged, and you take it right off the table. I said, thanks, my friend. Aquarius here, because I am Aquarius, baby. Proud. I love being Aquarius, but I say that I'm glad that he appreciates how open I am. I don't like to hear that honesty and realness is rare, but I understand what he means, because in a lot of ways it is. But I'm just blessed that God has me with a mentality of trying to be honest and as real as I can with you guys, at all times. And I can take trying out of it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just being me, and that's all I can be. And you know what? That's good enough. And guess what? For you guys, that's good enough as well. Just be your best self. That's all you can be. And he said something about so many people are worried about being judged. And I'm going to be honest, I can't really tell you how not to be wary other than don't be worried, because that's just one of those things where we all have been blessed with certain talents in this world. I'm just going to be honest. And one of those things God blessed me with is I just don't really give a damn. I've never gave a damn about what these people trying to really think about me or whatever. So I just think a lot of that, some of us are just blessed in different ways. And you don't ever have to beat yourself up. If you're like, but Jay, I don't really feel confident in going out and doing the things you do. You ain't never got to feel bad about that. You know why? Because it's something you can do so good that I can't do. We're all blessed in different areas. And I think I got one more. Because I don't think I read blessings. No, because he made a comment on Blessings too, the Moon Plays. And Blessings was just one of my rap songs, and I actually got one that I'm perfecting right now, and I really love this song. It'll be coming out probably in a couple of weeks or so when I get it all right. But he says, hey, on my song Blessings, he said, hey, dope song. Seeing you and her cruising is inspirational. He said, I can't wait to get my girl. Like I say, that's the one thing about this show that once again, I'm not looking backwards, I'm looking forwards, I'm staying encouraged, and I'm staying happy. But man, I do miss being able to have the ability to go out, you know, with one of my girls right now, and just go anywhere. I'm going to be honest, not in the future. I keep telling you, I ain't speaking no negative. No. At this very second, not in the next second, I've been conserving. So in a way, it's almost like a blessing where, hey, I really don't need to be going out to eat or anything right now. But I also don't want to say that because guess what? I know God will bless me with the provisions to do that. But lately, I have been sort of conserving anyway. But I do want to get back out on another adventure, and it's going to happen right when it's supposed to. I said, I'm glad you're ready to get your girl, but also be patient to really hear the vision. And I put "hear" in quotations, man. Hey, you're not going to see what you see can be deceptive, but what you hear in your spirit, that's the true call. So hear the vision. Next, I have one more video before we I check the comments and then we exit stage left. And once again, if you're just tuning in, this whole show is about living a dream. I went on a whole soliloquy at the beginning of the show about how, man, guess what? In this life, you'll know when you're living your dream or when you're chasing a dream. When you're chasing a dream, it's often the time you're trying to get somewhere, make a certain amount of money or whatever like that. And chasing it is just so hard. You know, I've had dreams I've chased, and man, you get weary of them, you know, because you have a destination in mind. Man, I'm trying to get to making money. Or I'm trying to get to this. Or I'm trying to get to that. Well, when you're trying to do something like that, a lot of it's not motivated from your deep spirit. You may like to do something, but it's different from liking something and truly having some type of uncontrollable love in your heart. And that's what I was sort of saying, like, that's why I am with the show with you guys today. No matter whether right now I have 6 viewers, whether I have 6,000, 2,000, or 1 million looking at me right now, I love what I do. I love what I do. I love coming to you guys on a daily basis. Love making my videos. And I'm going to be honest. It's so much work involved without me just telling you, but it's just so much work involved to do it every day. I love it, though. And that's what I want you guys to find, something that you just really love to do. And I'm telling you, when you find it, you won't be chasing the dream. You'll be living it because you won't even be focused on, oh, man, I'm trying to make some money. Oh, I'm trying to do this. No, you're going to be focused on, man, I just love doing what I do. And that's what the whole subject of this show was about was, hey, even if you haven't found it, pray for it, believe for it. And guess what? When you get that, hear that whisper in your spirit to make a move towards something that you may think is ridiculous, you better just make a move to it because he's pushing you towards the direction. Look, it's funny. I've alluded to this. Don't do stuff because of me, or look, I'm gonna do what you do, or I'm gonna do exactly how you doing because you're doing it. No, do your dream. Your dream is never tied to trying to be exactly like somebody else. Your dream is to find out what makes you tick individually, what makes you love, you know, what you truly love. Not that you like something, or like you say, many people can be watching me and you may love your dogs, but you may not love doing what I'm doing. You need to find something that you love doing every second of your life. And then you'll be living the dream. And that's what today's show is about. Last video I got was the video from yesterday when this beautiful lady, and this is what I said about I have to do the shows that I'm motivated to do in my heart. I hated to do the show that I did yesterday because the show that I did yesterday, I had to talk about Saima actually getting just a little bit, not furious with me, But she just wasn't the most happy with me. But I've always told you guys, people have asked me, do your girls get mad? Do they get jealous? I said, hell no. I ain't with all that type of imagination, putting, making my girls get upset at me and all. I said, that's unwanted frustration. I live a stress-free life, so I've always created the fantasy of my girls not being jealous, frustrated, or anything. So, man, that's not part of my imagine. I don't put that on my girls. But, man, I've always sort of talked about this. When you first get your dog, it's going to feel strange and everything if you've never been a dog owner. But as time goes on, believe me, man, it's like a pet or anything or a girlfriend or whatever. It's going to become more part of your life, more normalized in your life. Like these girls, I remember it was a time where I barely talked to these girls, but I talk to them so much now, like close-ended questions like, Saima, you all right over there, girl? Even though that's an open-ended question, I don't expect the answer, right? But it's crazy. You get the answer within a vibe. So my imagination has really grown with these girls. But I promise you, man, I've never tried to put anything negative on them. But, man, this is one of those moments where I tell you, sometimes your imagination is just alive. Once you wake it up like you're a kid again, it does just sort of get alive sometimes. Man, I went back there after I put her in the back room because I was so busy doing a lot of stuff. I had to sit her in the back for a second. I went to get her, which I've sat her back there a million times. But I just can't fully explain it. You'll understand if you're a dog owner at some point. But when I went to get her up, man, her face just was not looking too happy. But you're saying, Jay, her face, you don't see an expression. But when you're a dog owner, you see her differently. I just say that. And, man, I just had this vibe of, damn, look at Saima. She a little pissed off. So I got her out, and that's when I did the show called The New Attitude, because I was like, man, I guess it is possible for every blue moon, for even if you don't make a fantasy for your girl, for you to, something to sort of manifest in your imagination. Now, I don't foresee that them being mad at me every other day or anything like that. But I do see how, man, once in a blue moon, I can get some emotion that I haven't clearly projected on my girls. And so that's what that video was about, and it had me laughing. And that's what I say I love about doing this show is I always keep finding something else about this journey. And the beautiful Carol Rush said, hey, Jan Saima. Saima was so upset. She said Saima was she was upset. Too cute. Thanks for sharing. And she laughed. She sort of did a little smile and stuff. But I really hated it. I was like, but I hate I had to do that show, but it was the one in my spirit. But I told her, I said, I never thought it would happen. And I was laughing because I'm like, man, I hate that she got a little bit upset. And honestly, it actually was sort of like a real woman where she still she cool with me now. We had so much fun last night and up until this morning, I was laughing with her. But it took a few hours for her to sort of seem, all the way back normal. But Kevin Gray, my Dog King Army team member, says, you better watch out, or next she'll be mad if you leave the toilet seat up. And I was laughing. And I said, man, I hope not. I don't need her getting mad and nothing else. This don't need to be no trend. Look, I didn't get into this lifestyle to be like dealing with that every second of the day. Jones Cajun Boy Peanut said, I support Jay. And of course, he says that a lot. And I appreciate every time he does. I gave him a smiling face and thumbs up. And honestly, guys, that was all the comments, all the videos. Baby, hey, look, I told you, man. Hey, I've been having so much fun on some of these streams lately because, I've been learning how to sort of cut some of the fat out of these streams. And guess what? We having fun. We energized. We get straight to the point. And like I say, I'm not even worried about the comments. Hey, if you comment, fine. If you're feeling a little bit more private that day, that's fine. No matter how many comments come, 1 million or not that many, how many ever it is, I'm going to either answer them, all, or either, like I said, I hope I can. It's going to be a time where I might have to just pick out the best comments and then answer those. But if I can answer them all, I will. And if they're just a little, guess what? I will improvise and we'll talk about a greater theme of the show. But either way, I'm loving the Power Hour. It gets me energized. I'm glad you guys are here. I appreciate your support in all the ways that you do it. Like I said, you can always choose to donate to the show with a super chat, super sticker during the live stream, super thanks on the individual video. You can go to my YouTube under About and donate under PayPal, Cash App. You can donate as well for my Biking for Campaign Dogs campaign that's coming up at the end. At the end of September, beginning of October. That's around the time it's going to take place, and I'm thinking it's probably going to be closer to the end of September, only because basketball season will be cranking up, and I don't want to get too busy around that time. But that campaign is all geared towards longevity of the show, improvements and longevity. So if you donate to that, I appreciate you. But other than that, love you. Hit those likes, subscriptions, keep supporting the show. Power up, baby. Stay positive in all you do. Let me check these comments. Make sure I ain't missing nothing before we get the hell out of here. Johnny K says, hear the chat and hear the Dog King. Smash that like button. You sure right, baby. Smash that like button. I can't lie. Carol says, Saima, she got the love eyes, smiling, laughing. I keep forgetting to put a little bit of music on in the background. So I got to remember that. I ain't going to overdo that on the live stream, but I do sort of like adding that little touch sometimes when I remember it. So I definitely try to remember that next time. But other than that, I think we've covered all the bases. We talked about what today's show is about. But I thank you if you tuned in earlier, later, or in between. We love you, appreciate you. We're sending God's blessing out over your life, whether you wish for finances, good relationships, hey, just better situations is all on the way. We believe it. Thank you for tuning in to the Dog King Power Hour. It's been me, J. Dog King Hefner, and the beautiful Saima Renee Uzumaki. In just a second, we are out of here. So it's been a fun time. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. God bless you. Be on the lookout for big things, evolution, change. I really appreciate having you guys all on the journey. Thanks for everybody and all the ways you contribute to the show, whether it be financial or just your love and support. We appreciate you. But as of right now, we finna exit stage left and get the hell up out of here. See you guys. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Man, been a great day. See you.